It looks like a lot of work is being put into Plants vs. Zombies 3, and we've gotten so many leaks for new plants, zombies, fusions, and other features I kinda just felt like making a video on it. Let's not waste any more time, I wanna see those leaks. I've sort of just grouped small sections of plants together in no real particular order. This group of plants, as far as I'm aware, are all brand new, or potentially are fusions between plants we have already. Starting at the top from left to right, we have sunflower seed, hazelnut, sapture, Greminade, Tingling Pult, Scratchbuster, Scream Beans, and Mangle Kelp. That last one is definitely a fusion from Tangle Kelp, and the Zapture reminds me of the Cobra Lily too. I think these all have super fun, expressive designs, which is a trend that will continue throughout all these new leaks. We have returning plants too, a lot of which seemingly have an evolution line of sorts. Torchwood is a great example, starting out with Cinderwood, then ending with Scorchwood. Cactus returns, although I don't think we have their in-game sprite just yet. This is clearly more of a sketch. Then there's Iceweed and Spikeweed, and this Sawgrass plant that probably acts similarly, hard to say though. And of course, Aloe looks great in the new art style too. Let's cover a full list of brand new plants. Again, starting from the top, we have Sulfur Shroom with a temporary icon for some reason, then the Quillshot, Lime Bomb, Explo-J, Arrowheads, Dangerine, Kill Lime Pie, and Freezer Salad. I'm really curious what you guys think about these new designs. The names are very over the top and cheesy, but man, these characters just ooze with style and personality, in my opinion at least. Out of these, Quillshot has gotta be my favorite. Apparently some PvZ Heroes characters might return? That'd be exciting. So far we have these concepts of Green Shadow and Solar Flare. I mean, the community goes crazy for these two characters in particular, so it'd be pretty smart to use these in every game going forward. These drawings are cool, but I really gotta see what they'll look like in the official art style. As you can see from the thumbnail, the Peashooter got a slight redesign, so with the Repeater and Sling Pea here, it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect. The Solar Pea looks nice too. I also included Primal Sunflower's concept art here, as well as two Sunshroom evolutions, Giant Sunshroom and Mega Sunshroom. I wonder how these will even differ gameplay wise. Will we literally just get more sun per upgrade? It's hard to say. We also have some elemental pea shooters like Snow Pea, Electric Pea, and Fire Pea. Both Lightning Reed and Iceberg Lettuce will get a full evolution line, named Zaptail, Punk Shocker, and Wintergreens respectively. Lastly, I included this Kernel Corn image, but that's in the art style of the old PvZ3, so who knows if it's even worth discussing for the new game. Here's another random assortment of plants, some returning like Sea Shroom, Primal Walnut, Tallnut, and Celery Stalker, with some new plants like Quiller Queen, Flambe Leaf, Water Chestnut, and Pine Needler, who is actually from the old PvZ3 but is returning here. For some reason, there's a couple plants like Bonk Choy who have a ton of variants shown here. I'm sure Sunflower and Peashooter will have a bunch as well, but for now, Bonk Choy is one of the most used combinations, it would seem. Maybe some of these aren't Bonk Choys, but look at them, they sure seem to be. Anyways, we have Slaw Slinger, Nippy Cabbage, Buzz Choy, Blast Choy, Bop Choy, and Strike Horn. How can you not love Bop Choy, dude? Lots of potato mines too, it would seem. There's Burst Thistle, Devastator, Explodonut, that's interesting, Golden Yukon, Classic Potato Mine, and Umbrella Mine. Other than Explodonut getting a big antenna on his head, none of these are too exciting, I'd say. There's a ton of Catapult fusions now, including Tater Pult, Puff Pult, Cold Slaw, Chucknut, Tangle Pult, and also Puff Pult? I think that yellow one is probably called something else, combined with the Sunshroom of course, but the file names are the same, so who can say for sure. Lastly, here's some I just forgot to include anywhere else. Wrangle Kelp, Prickerel Weed, and Mangle Kelp again, and on the bottom we have Canopy, Speargrass, and Chainsaw Grass. Fun stuff. They also conveniently shared some loading screens featuring the fusion concepts. Now we can see which plans combine to make these awesome third evolutions. For example, you can make Endurian with a Tolna and Lychee. He looks incredible, I love it. And I guess that means Walnuts would combine to make Tallnut, and there's some pre-evolution to the Lychee as well. Here's a weird one, this Jumbrella Leaf and the Cold Slaw combined to make Snow Conifer. I guess we know what Umbrella Leaf will transform into, but then there's the Snow Ballista, who has the same fusion requirements. I have to imagine that won't be the case and this is just a mistake, but I guess we'll see. Next up, two Bonk Choys make a Beat Choy. Not overly exciting, but I hope it's incredibly powerful. A similar one is combining twin sunflowers to make Sun Tower. I see people clowning on this design, but I think it's an incredible idea. A full generation of sunflowers all from one stem. A family tree, if you will. 2 tall nuts make the Juggernaut, who looks kinda ugly to me personally. I think it was somewhat obvious that the Chainsaw Grass would be evolved this way, and those Jumbrella leaves can make an even bigger tree called Blockwood. This guy's gonna fit on a single tile? I'll believe it when I see it. Good luck planting anything behind them. There's a really weird fusion of the Nippy Cabbage and the Jumbrella leaf too. It's called the Numbing Cabbage, and it's probably my least favorite fusion we've seen. 2 Repeaters make a Gatling Pea, which is to be expected, but I wonder how 3-peater will work then. 2 Devastators make a Mash Destruction, which is entirely unhinged. He's literally foaming at the mouth. I really love this 3-nut design, with each head having a unique look. That's a peak nut right there. And finally, the highest evolution of the cabbage is the Cabbage, which looks like Bonk Choy with 4 arms to me. See why I wanted to make this video? That is so many new plants and fusions. I am loving them all and I cannot wait to see what all their abilities are. Let's quickly touch on the zombies too. People are just wildly sharing this stuff on the Floral Federation Discord, so I have no clue who made these, but I appreciate this zombie image very dearly. I put together all the plant ones myself, but this is just a great way to feature all the zombies at once. We've seen most of these before, but there's a bunch of really interesting ones. The goopy purple guys at the bottom are great, as well as the magma guys above them. I think there's like a snail one all the way to the right below the Parasol zombie. I gotta know what's going on there. I feel like there should be way more zombie variation though, and hopefully we just haven't seen everything yet. In terms of new features, apparently you can create an avatar now. There were a bunch of different hairstyles and eyes, mouths, noses, etc., but I didn't feel like downloading all that stuff. You get the gist. The Zen Garden seems to be back, and there's seeds for like every plant now. I just grabbed the sunflower and cabbage pults, but pretty much every other basic plant has seeds too. There's stuff for road trip concepts in the files too. From all those social media posts they were doing, it seemed like there might be a road trip focus in the game, but now we know for sure. And lastly, I noticed this swamp stage, which I think we already knew about, but I've never seen it before, and I have to wonder if there'll be new level themes anytime soon. I'm sure there's stuff I missed, so let me know what else we know about. If it's not already obvious, this stuff has really excited me for PvZ3. I have to be skeptical, of course, as we've seen them fail to give us a good game multiple times now, but with all these new plant designs, I am hopeful at least. And with this new loading screen, it seems like the Welcome to Zomburbia title might be gone now? We can't say for sure, but I'd believe it. Before now, the game never really felt like it had an identity, a reason to be played, you know? The first game had a few themes and new plants nearly every level, then the second game focused on the time travel idea and gave us endless premium plants to collect over time. The third game just felt like infinite levels with only returning plants, but now we have fusions. An incredible idea that the fans and the Chinese games have been playing with for forever now. Having fusions be the main gimmick of the third game just makes perfect sense to me. I just hope they do it well. We shall see. I've been a fan of this art style from day one, and to see it finally reaching the potential it deserved is really cool. I know people hope for a comic art style or something else completely new, but I'm curious what you all think about it now that we have all these new designs. Again, to me, they just feel so fun and filled with personality, and we haven't even seen their animations yet. So please, what do y'all think about this stuff? Are you excited? Not interested? Let me know what you think and which of these new plants are your favorites. Also, let me know what you thought of this video and if you'd want to see more like it from me in the future. I don't typically cover news on games, but I love big leaks like this, and it's not often it happens for a game that I cover. Thank you to my members Patrick Barajan, Keep, Jep the Legend, Cheaper Yang, Tess Monkey, Callum Ford, Persky Benetter, Checky, Timur Kuranov, Aaron the Ghoul, Freakish Smile, Geminat, Lewis, Lavatane, Bright Streak, Dante, MGR Damadan, Einherjar, Jonathan Biscoff, F. Burke, Ukar, OK, Sleepy Boy 74, A-Train, Gall Guy, Green Man Yeah, Mid Crazy, Skibbity, and Mirai. I'm trying to think what other fusions I'd want to see. Like maybe Kernel Pults could evolve into Cob Cannon, and then Cob Cannon has an even bigger upgrade? I want to see Hypnoshroom fusions, I want to see Squash fusions, and most importantly, I want to see Solar Flare fusions. All my fellas in the audience are screaming in agreement. I can hear you from here.